Let me give you a little context. I've always been thinking about starting a YouTube channel. It occurred to me after several comments about some of the builds we've been doing that I should take the leap and do it. So these videos are gonna get better. I'm starting with the 97 Type R. He found it in the woods. And 1897 INTEGRA Type R ended up getting a bunch of modifications done to it, and then in a legal battle with the shop that had done the work to the car. Long story short, the car sat for almost 17 years. It occurred to me that I should be recording some of this and documenting it, because I'm pretty sure we're the only ones doing anything like this. Just wanted to give you a little backstory to where the car came about and why we're doing this big of a restoration on it. Like I said, these videos are old, and it was before I had committed to the YouTube, so we're going to start with some of those, and the footage gets better as we go along. Anyway, this was how the car was found, with the window open and the interior almost nearly destroyed. If you know anything about these, there was only 320 made. This is number 12. It has 33,000 miles on it, and it was found in pretty much pristine condition with a JDM front. So obviously the first thing we had to do was revert back to the USDM front, which my buddy started to chip away at. Ended up being on the back burner, kind of sitting just like this. He finally took it out to have the radiator support replaced. Now, if you know anything about these cars, there was only 320 made, and one just sold at Barrett-Jackson for just under 70. This being 33,000 miles made it worth restoring to new. So once we got the car back from the body shop, we immediately stripped the interior all the way out. I mean, it was full of mold. The gas tank, it had a nitrous oxide line. As you see, everything here, it was disgusting. It sat in the woods for so long. It had leaves everywhere you could possibly fit them. Just piles of dust coming off the top of the gas tank. This is it with the new radiator support. We started pulling the lines out and the brake booster and everything. There was leaves in every crevice, every single thing. This is after tons and tons of work. This is after one coat of spray on the floor of the car. We were ultimately trying to get the car to look brand new. So all of this stuff had water and mold and just leaves everywhere you can possibly get them. It was disgusting. If you could see the top of the window up there, it's all black, covered with stuff. We wire wheeled every inch of the bottom of the car. In here was that was about a day progress itself, just to get that valance panel cleaned out. This is it. As we were halfway cleaning out this ended up having to be a little bit of a task, because the water had sat. It started to get under the seams right there and crack the paint. So we had to extremely tediously remove all the dirt and wire wheel the rust spots, so the body shop would have a clean slate to work with. Now, because the seams had so much rust in between them, the only real way to do it was to pull the quarter panels and actually clean them, respot them, weld them. So, plus there was dings and dents, and we just didn't want to have a lot of Bondo on the car. So in this section of videos, we'll get into that down the line, but this section of videos, we're just diving back into the old footage before we started the YouTube channel, showing basically the cleaning process and, you know, us doing this floor. As you can see, it came out great. We wire wheeled every inch of the floor. Body shop hooked us up with some really cool original Champ White Type R paint that came with a clear coat in it, which is what we used for the floor here. It came out exactly how we wanted it to look. Even though there's going to be the interior over this, we just want it to be fully thorough. I mean, as we get into it, you guys are going to see how in-depth this actually gets. It ended up being way more than we would be traveling from these old videos into current. Like I said, that's the new radiator support. This is the firewall with nothing on it. The more we did, the more we realized we were going to have to do. The trunk came out great. The paint laid awesome. The more we dived into, the more we realized in order for this to be valued at its true ability, we needed to go all the way through with this and remove any blemish that was on it. One of the coolest parts, I think, is that the car still had the original tires on it that were sold from the dealership, which I don't think that exists. I mean, like I said, there was only 320 of these cars ever made. This is number 12. I think there's maybe 100, 150 left. I mean, don't hold me to that, but not all of them were held on to and kept. We got some before and after photos here. This is it, kind of midway through the wire wheeling process. This is more towards if you could see the rust that was in there, and the dashboard was moldy. I'll do some interior before and afters when I get the panels on the doors. But like I said, plenty of episodes more to go. Alright guys, so that is it officially for the episode 1 of the 97 Type R. Like I said, the videos are old, but I'm doing the best I can to piece together the footage from when we first started. It will be going current, the cameras will be getting better. Ignore this stuff. Right now we have 3 different builds going on in 2 different garages. That all of those, plenty of footage was documented on. But like I said, we're going to be moving forward with this next episode. I'm hoping to get a little further into depth into the bottom of the car and removing the suspension and trying to keep every single bolt that was on the car and have them refinished to look like they are brand new from the factory, because most of the bolts we were not able to source. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you want longer episodes, shorter episodes. Obviously, with limited footage, there's only so much I can do going back, but I didn't want to start off the build midway through. So I'll do the best I can patching these things together, and look forward to seeing the rest of this total restoration. Thanks.